Good morning and welcome back to Good Morning Sri Lanka. And of course, we are very privileged to have with us inside the studio, of course, Chef Rohan and Chef Boudica, who will be representing the country sometime in June, Shanghai, for the Asian leg of the Bocuse d'Or. Hope I pronounced it correctly, or at least a little better. And for those not in the know, it's considered as the Culinary Olympics, where every contestant or every chef pair will be given 5 hours and 35 minutes to prepare something that very few items are pre-prepared with a live audience in front. And the pre-prepared items are like pre-peeled garlic, portions of salt, flour, other ingredients, but very minimal things are pre-prepared. We have shown you the appetizer earlier. Now we have, just before we show you the main course, Chef Rohan, you did mention that during the local competition, you managed to bring down the winner at last Bocuse d'Or. How was it for our local chef to meet the winner?
Actually, we got him down after the competition because it was actually once we had the finals, it was one of my dreams, you know, to get somebody past winner. Because we are actually entering here, competing for the first time. So they are the people who are really, you know, competed at this level. They really know,
the
in and out,
yeah.
you know, about the whole thing. So we were lucky to bring him down. It was a bit of a costly affair, but still we got him and got his views of what we are doing. And of course, he gave us some tips, you know. There are always some trade secrets, you know, of different competitions. Yes. So we were very lucky. And also, not only that, actually, Bocuse d'Or Sri Lanka, one of the objectives is to train young chefs. So we got him to the hotel school and we gave some exposure to the students, you know, of his knowledge. He's a Scandinavian, right, Norwegian. Right, so he did a small session about Norwegian salmon, which was really, you know, the boys were really happy to see him, and they were taking photographs, autographs, and you know, it was good.
But that's quite expected that he would do something with the salmon.
Yeah.
It would have been different if he had this little bit of a cinnamon. You mentioned about the young ones. You kind of mentioned about suddenly being a chef now it's like being a rock star. I was asking Chef Boudica a little earlier that have you always wanted to be a chef? Because right now, it's a major thing to say like I am a chef. How do you feel about because of the hotels, the turnout of people wanting to be?
Yes, definitely. You see, when I got into this trade. Honestly, my mother was not at all very happy that when I said I want to work in a kitchen. But those days are gone, right? A lot of people, especially the kids, young people, they want to be a chef. Good. Those were the days, like, you know, chefs were confined to back of the house or the kitchen or behind the stoves. Now the chefs are in forefront.
Yes.
They are in the restaurants.
Yes.
They interact with guests. They talk to guests.
And kids, if you're wondering, Hollywood stars actually ask about the chef, not the restaurant, especially if you can make things like this. Chef Boudica, what do we have right now? This is the main dish.
Yeah, this is actually beef tenderloin.
I know it's early in the morning, but I could have lunch right now.
This
or even
is
dinner.
Chicken muslin and foie gras, barded, wrapped beef tenderloin. With
so we have 3 types of meats there.
Yep, chicken, foie gras, and beef, and wrapped tenderloin with Earl Grey juice. We have used Earl Grey tea for the sauce, and the other one, the asparagus, 2 types of asparagus with cashew nut stew. Then the pot puree of vegetables and cinnamon pickled pumpkin with sweet pumpkin puree and confit beetroot. Because in Bocuse d'Or we have to use native ingredients, so we have used Earl Grey tea juice and cinnamon here.
How do you come up with such combination? I know it's a trade secret, but you know, I mean, a sauce is a sauce, but the combination alone, it's fascinating.
Yeah. So there's a lot of you know,
tasting.
Tasting plus rules and regulations. What we are actually showcasing we go as Sri Lanka. So we want to actually, this has to be, you know, all the judges, you know, all European, you know, whatever, you know, judges. So we got to understand, right, who are the judges like, right? So if we are using Sri Lankans, we have used Sri Lankan spices and herbs in a very delicate manner, right? For instance, the sauce, right? We have used Earl Grey, Dilma Earl Grey tea in the sauce. Actually, it came out beautifully. It blends very well with the beef, and we are using Ceylon cinnamon or Sri Lanka cinnamon is the best cinnamon in the world, right? So we are actually using cinnamon and cashew nuts. So to showcase that, you know, it has a bit of a Sri Lankan influence.
So for our viewers who sadly can taste the brilliant the mixture of taste. So how does it feel? All those mixtures, it's sweet.
Earl Grey tea, it has a very distinctive flavor, and also you have to play the game in a sense. Tea is an in thing. If you're talking about, you know, culinary, you will see, you know, a lot of how do you call those days were the coffee houses. Now the tea boutiques and the tea bars. Everybody is passionate about tea. So that's why we have actually chosen the tea.
Fascinating. So everything is there. So how long was the process before you actually said this is the perfect combination?
No, this before we arrived, you know, to the final dish, we had, you know, it was experimenting, you know, there was the process which we went through, and then we did over and over again, and then finally we have come to a conclusion. Okay, right, now we are going to do this, and now what we are doing, actually we have to do it to the perfection. Yeah.
Do you stick to the formula, or do you go with your gut feel?
No, actually, we have a bit of experience in the kitchen, so like we always trying to match things. So then sometimes it work out very well. Sometimes we have to omit that. So that's
because it's rare that you actually see a chef with a measuring spoon. It's normally like you just pick up something, then throw it onto the frying pan. So sometimes from a viewer's point of view, it feels like it's more like a gut feel. Is that true?
Yes and no. There are certain things without measuring you can just put, but there are certain, even in this dish, right, you got to be precise to the dot, to the decimal point. Now, for instance, for example, the wrap, the chicken and the foie gras wrap, you have to wait to the decimal point. Otherwise, your fast will break, or you'll get you know, overcooked. You know.
Wow.
Yes, and
very interesting. So we have one more dish before we run out, because it is my favorite part of the meal. We get dessert. We have to take a very short break, and remaining moments of GMSL when we come back. Welcome back to GMSL, and when I saw the dessert, I got more excited, so I'm just going to go straight to Chef Boudica. Yes, it looks like it's chocolate. Sir.
Yeah, it's chocolate velvet tower with the strawberry pavlova and strawberry salad on the side.
So how was the preparation process? So the combination alone, is this is probably an original. How do you come up with the desserts that is served at your restaurant?
Actually, we have about 5 a la carte dishes. So then we have to have 2 warm desserts and we have to have 2 cold desserts, and also fruit. So then every 6 months we change the menu, and we also experiment to do the desserts.
Are you part of the tasting team?
Yes.
I
My
like
chef.
That job. How do you apply for that job? Chef, when you come up with a new dessert, how does the process go that this is worthy enough of being in the menu?
Now, you see, there is a bit of a process. There's a thing called menu engineering, right? That is all about, you know, to how popular is the dish, how profitable is the dish. So we go through that. So the most popular dishes, we don't want to take away. You have a problem if you do that, because the customers are going to ask, can we have the dessert of the previous menu? So to avoid that, the most popular desserts or the dishes, we keep it, and we get the opinion of sometimes the customers, sometimes the serving staff, right? And of course the chefs, right? So we get the opinions of everybody, then we play around. And we also give our team members to come up with, and it's like a competition, right? I do my best, create something, right? So he's doing, his dish. So ultimately we put everything together and find the best.
Okay, before we talk about more about desserts and everything that you prepare, before we run out of time, we'd like to wish you good luck in June, and anything you'd like to tell us about how you're preparing for the competition.
We are practicing very hard now, and we want to be in the first 4 to go to Lyon.
Yes. And we wish you all the best. And I did think that you were the 22-year-old apprentice. And you were the senior chef.
Okay.
And Chef Ron, it was a pleasure of you thinking that this should be part of that we should be considered to be part of the competition.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
To look forward to. But still, we have time. So the menu does change.
Yeah.
By practice every 6 months.
Yes.
So, but the favorites do remain.
Favorites do remain. Apart from that, we also do have dishes, daily specials. So we actually every day it's a new dish.
Is it really acceptable to call the chef? Do you find pleasure, like if I like the food so much, is it really okay for me to call the chef?
I would be very happy if a guest or a customer calls me and asks what you want, like even apart from the menu. That's the most fascinating thing for us.
But the extreme, if I kind of didn't like the food, is that also okay?
Also, it's a first-hand information, right? So of course, every day you cannot satisfy all the guests. So once in a way, and we take it as a positive thing, and then we try to understand.
Well, sadly we ran out of time, so I'd like to once again thank you to distinguished gentlemen that we had inside the studio. Thank you very much, Chef Boudica. We wish you all the best in your partner this coming June, and of course, hopefully January in Lyon, France. Thank you very much, Chef Rohan, and thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone. We hope that you enjoyed today's program. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys on Monday. And take care. And this is Ryan saying bye bye.